What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Monday, June 13th, and guys, I'm sure you've had a crazy, rocky weekend. Now, we are going to be talking about everything regarding the crypto market and how that plays into the NFT space. But this video specifically is going to address those things, but how that's given you as an investor an advantage to invest in NFTs at a cheap entry cost. I'm going to show you my favorite collections at these low levels that I personally think is a great investment. Now, none of this is financial advice. You must be able to do your own due diligence, do your own research, and never invest more than what you're willing to lose. So with that said, guys, always like that button, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to join our Patreon page, and most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I'll never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and begin. Let's go ahead and address what's going on in the crypto market. Now, if you're looking here, we're actually below $1 trillion. This has not happened in quite some time. And what do I mean by that? I mean years. It's been even before 2018 that we haven't seen those prices in terms of the global market cap reach that level. So we've seen a huge drop off. As you can see here, Bitcoin's at 23,000, Ethereum's at 1.2 thousand. And also we have Solana, the most important one, which is $28 per Solana. Now, we're going to be talking about projects on Magic Eden, so obviously we're going to be addressing the currency that's used to buy those NFTs, and that is Solana. Solana itself has been on a downtrend ever since November, and this is actually, some people could say, is bad news. You can feel very bearish on the currency. But if you're an NFT investor, this is something that you kind of want, because you're able to accumulate as much Solana as possible to buy more NFTs. So this, in a way, is beneficial to NFT investors. Now, if you are just dollar cost averaging Solana, or you're just bullish on Solana, I am still remaining bullish on Solana regardless, because there are just way more unique wallets compared to Ethereum. There's way more transactions and traffic heading into this place. So Solana, to me, in the long term, is going to skyrocket. It's going to do really well. Again, my own opinion. But again, let's go ahead and talk about my top collections that I think are great entry points for you to possibly invest in if you're into these NFTs, because again, you don't see these entry points at all that often. So let's talk about Boryoku Dragons. Now, Boryoku Dragons is one of the top OG collections on Magic Eden and the Solana NFT ecosystem. Now, there are only around 1,100 of these dragons, and obviously from there you can understand how limited and rare these NFTs actually are. Now, if you look at the base price, it's around 85 Solana. They've had over 149,000 in terms of Solana trading volume ever since the day of its launch. Now, if we look at the activity, this is kind of an overall look on how you should see this. One of its highest points was around 400 Solana, right? Close to 400 Solana. That was per NFT. And ever since then, it's been kind of taken a little bit downturn. But notice this, it was happening around this year. It was happening at the beginning of the year while Solana in the marketplace of, well, not just the marketplace, but the whole market cap of cryptocurrency and Solana actually started dwindling down and down ever since the beginning of this year. And that's due to inflation and the hike of interest rates. Now, as you can see here, it's around 85 Solana as its entry point. So, if you think about it, would you have entered in at 400 Solana or 85 Solana? See, that's for you to think about. And right now, there's only 36 listed on the floor. So, for 36 listed on the floor compared to 1.1K that were created, it just goes to show you that this community remains still bullish. These people, the reason they have their price listed like this possibly is to take out some liquidity to pay for their own bills. But some people need the money to take care of themselves. So that's another reason why I think people are taking a bit of a sell-off right now. But that's okay. This is an opportunity for new people to hop into this space. So let's go ahead and look at the charting for Boryoku Dragons. Now, if we could see here, the listings have gone slightly up. So you're seeing more and more being listed. Now, in the beginning of the year, it was around less than 1. And then slowly it's been kind of hovering around 20. But even then, with the volatility in the market, it's only been up by 10 more of these listings. So it's not too bad. So this is going to give you a good overlook on what's going on. And as you can see here, someone already bought one for 85 Solana. So there you go. There's activity still happening within this space. Now let's go ahead and talk about the next collection, and that is Sets on Crack. Now Sets on Crack is actually kind of a crazy deal right now. Around 309,000 Solana with a floor price around 36 Solana. Now there's a circulating supply around 7, but there's only 296 that are listed on the floor to buy. Now, what I think is interesting about this is that their community is quite strong. And it's been, fluctuating up and down with this community, but it's seen a high peak of around 85 Solana, and it's seeing a bottom around 4 Solana. And right now it's hovering around 36. So obviously, I think this is actually quite healthy given the time frame that this has been around for. And so could this go on much longer? Could the price go up? I think the price could actually go up once we head into a bull market. I mean, the price could actually continue to go down if we see Solana go down. But nothing that doesn't change is the community behind Sets on Crack. And what do I mean by that? Well, Sets on Crack ends up having a lot of great community members changing their PFPs, but also there is continuing buying pressure within the sales bots for the Sets on Crack. So once I scroll down, you can see that someone just bought this around June 12th, which was just yesterday, for around $3,000, which was around 88 Solana. Like this one, someone bought it for 110 Solana. I mean, it's definitely a great collection to have. I mean, I would consider this one of the blue chips, one of the great communities in there. If we look at the NFT Inspect, you can see that it's actually holding up in 5th place in terms of profile for pictures, and it's actually increased to 25%, up 1%. So this is competing against Azuki, Moonbirds, OKBears, Bored Ape Yacht Club. So that should give you a sense of what's going on. It's even beaten Mutant Ape Yacht Club in terms of PFP. So where does that stand? It stands that it's one of the top competitors in PFPs. So let yourself understand, is this a good investment for you? That's for you to decide. Now, next one I want to show you is Ghost Kid DAO. Why am I so bullish on Ghost Kid DAO? Well, it's one of the top 20 NFT collections that is absolutely killing it in the space. And it's one of the only DAOs for NFTs that's really taking their community to a whole nother level. So if we're looking, we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but right now we need to understand that it's around 68,000 Solanas that's been traded, around 12 Solana floor price. 5,000 have been created, but only 213 on the floor. You can enter in at any of these prices, at any of these NFTs, but there's a purpose for these NFTs that I want to share with you. So recently I shared a post, which was this Ghost Kid had announced today around 14 hours ago. Now there was a dust dip. So the dust dip right now, if you don't know the dust token is the token for DeGods, and DeGods is one of the top collections on the NFT marketplace. Dust token is their native token. Now Dust was trading around $2, but now it has dropped down to $1 around then, give or take, because of the whole crypto market dip that we're experiencing right now. So they took advantage of the amount of SOL that they had from their purchasing power that people bought into their Ghost Kid DAO NFTs, and decided, you know what, we're gonna buy 6,163 Dust tokens. And why is that? And I said, this is exactly why I hodl my Ghost Kid DAO in staking rewards for Boo tokens, because if you stake your Ghost Kid, you earn Boo tokens. So the team is bringing value to the community. Do you smell Duppy's NFT allocation for members? If you don't know what I'm talking about, there is a video on the upper right hand side that talks about how Ghost Kid DAO could allow you to get allocation or raffles to the upcoming Duppy's NFT, which was created by DeGods. And so in response to that, Duppy's did have a whitelist information on their website, at least on their Discord, and it says that the only way to get whitelisted for at least guaranteed is to hold a dead god, or you can win a whitelist spot through a DAO that has successfully participated in the Dust pool, or win bounties that will soon be rolling out. However, we will soon be releasing a new innovative way to earn whitelists for Duppies. One hint, scholarships. If granted a whitelist spot, you will need around 375 Dust to mint your Duppy, which you can buy at this website. So what does this mean holding a Ghost Kid DAO? So Ghost Kid DAO is now going to have allocation to Duppies. We don't know how much. Again, that video is on the upper right hand side in case you want to click and learn more about that. But that will teach you basically that owning one of these Ghost Kid DAOs, having some Dust tokens on the side. Remember, just because you have a Ghost Kid DAO and you have the opportunity possibly to get one of these doesn't mean that you just buy it with Solana. You actually have to also have 375 Dust tokens. And you can buy that, using Radium. But this will allow you to have allocation of that. And again, Duppies could reach new floor prices almost similar to DeGods, which is around 300 or more Solana. at the time of this recording. So let that sink in. Ghost Kid DAO is definitely a spot in for me for 13 Solana. It's a great deal. You pay a dead guy for 300 Solana or more, or you pay for a Ghost Kid DAO for 13 Solana. Let yourself do that decision for you. Now, next up is going to be OK Bears. And OK Bears, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I entered in at OK Bears at around 85 Solana when it first started. And then I sold it at 265 Solana. So obviously, this is a huge take. This is a great community. Again, the largest trading volume in NFT history for Magic Eden Solana blockchain. And that is right now 1.7 million in Solana trading volume. That's the largest ever. Has a 10K supply, around 1,100 total listed. Now that is actually quite a lot. Now, obviously you see that paper hands are leaving the space, but this allows new people to enter into OK Bears. So is this something that you want to jump into? There are a few people that have hopped into this. I've actually seen a few people change their profile pictures to OK Bears because they could enter in at this point and they never were able to before. Is this something for you to join in? Well, I mean, again, it did see a peak above 200 Solana. So it's really up to you to decide if this is something that you want to bear into. But it is a great collection, a great community behind it. And I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. So what is the last collection that I'm going to share with you? Guys, you guys already know what it is. It's Trip and Ape Tribe. Trip and Ape Tribe is right now around 14.9 Solana on its floor price. Great entry point, by the way. Know that its trading volume is around 450,000 Solana. That's actually huge. It's almost close to 500,000. And there's only 10K supply with 690 listed. Guys, this collection has not even been around for a month. And people actually have been buying these at these prices. So I would say that this is a great collection to have because they have a great roadmap. And just within the first few weeks of this launch, they've already had staking. They've already had their marketplace where you can take your tribe tokens, which you earn by staking, and spend it on raffles. And also they're having that yacht party in New York City. Guys, they have so much going on with this space. I mean, it's just beyond me. And they're continuing to build more and more. It's not slowing down. And not only that, they have a lot of their reserves in USDT. So this collection is going to be around for the next 2+ years. That's what the founders have said. And also, if you haven't staked your NFTs for Trip and Ape Tribe, right now there's around 68% of the total circulating supply being staked right now. And if you staked it for 3 months, you can earn 20 tribe tokens, right? And you can use these tribe tokens however you want. But personally, for me, I don't want to participate in the raffles. There's something in line for Trip and Ape Tribe. And I'm going to try to accumulate as much tribe tokens as possible because you never know. I could ascend these apes into a second edition of apes, which hasn't been announced yet, but is my prediction, right? So that's really cool. So next up, I want to show you that right now I'm doing a raffle on my Cryptolution Twitter page, and you can go to my Twitter page in the link in the descriptions below. But right now, this is my third NFT giveaway, and that is for the Planetarians, and this is for Trip and Ape Tribe holders only. So if you haven't already, be sure to join in this raffle. Basically, you just need to follow and you just need to post a screenshot of your staked NFTs. And right now, people are already beginning to do that in this space and they're participating. So if you haven't already, be sure to join in on this because I am so bullish on Trip and Ape Tribe. I'm so bullish on the whole community. I'm not moved or fearful of the floor price, guys. This is something that I'm going to be making a video about tomorrow. So guys, that about wraps it up. Now, as a closing statement, these are all great NFTs that I've mentioned to you, great entry points for you to get into. But the number one thing that I want to share with you is you got to focus on a few things before investing in these projects. Number one, how is the team? Who is the team? Are they communicating to you? Are they constantly updating you, telling you what they're building? And in fact, what are they building? What are they trying to do? What are they using for their reserves? All the Solanas that they use that was bought up by investors, where are they allocating those funds? Are they spending it for themselves? Or are they going to use those funds to build back into the system within the NFT community to excel it, to bring everybody up in that community? And also, do they have a great roadmap? Do they have a great staking mechanism? Do they have a great website? Marketing, everything. You have to take all these factors into account before investing in these. Because honestly, it's all about the long-term vision. Because if the crypto market goes down, how will these NFTs stand in the bear market? And NFTs do, in my mind, do really well. And the last thing I want to share with you is emotional investment. Are you emotionally invested in these projects? Are you emotionally invested into the NFTs? Because that's a really important factor that you need to keep in mind and evaluate. if you end up seeing that the price of that NFT goes down, is your heart going to be broken? Are you going to cry? Are you going to hurt yourself? We don't want any of these things to happen. We don't want you to be physically or emotionally hurt by this. Never invest more than what you're willing to lose. Because again, these projects are for you to think long term, right? You're not going to flip these in like 24 hours, a 1 week, a month. This is about community, and these guys, all these NFT collections, about community. So guys, that is my closing statement. I hope that this video has been helpful. Again, always invest safely and never invest more than what you're willing to lose. But there are great projects out there, and there are fortunes that are to be made in the bear market, and these are the ones that I feel very bullish on. And there will be more NFT collections that I will review later on down the road, either this week or next week, that I will share with you guys. So guys, with that said, as always, be sure to like up that button, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to get insider trading tips and updates on my side, telling you what I'm buying in, what I'm selling, and what I'm converting, in order for you to best be prepared for these markets. And guys, with that said, I will see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching Cryptolution. Register on our Patreon page for our insider training tips and more. And don't forget to click on the affiliates link below to receive sign-up bonuses and access the global crypto assets exchange. Invest safely, and we'll see you on the next episode of Cryptolution.